I mean, it's bad even if it wasn't your daughter, but why would you do that to your daughter?
Justice served or justice failed? If you were the judge in this case, would you still make the same call?
2024 CR 012220, State versus Alexander Aguilar. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Kyle Simpson for Mr. Aguilar.
Are you Mr. Aguilar?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Aguilar, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you review that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state will be proceeding on count 5 of the indictment and will waive the other counts.
Any objection?
None.
Additionally, Your Honor, state will waive the habitual offender enhancement.
Objection.
And I'm sorry, are you waiving? Oh, and you're waiving count 6. All right, so for the record, the state is waiving the habitual enhancement allegations, counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
And you're proceeding on count 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objections to those waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Aguilar, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with assault of a that's a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Aguilar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 5. Punishment is to be assessed at 16 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant and lifetime sex offender registration. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Then to count 5, how do you plea?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
At this time, state offers the evidence is Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
Without objection.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, why is there an estimated range in here for, it says DLB or estimated age range?
I believe it's because initially she filled out a pseudonym form.
Okay,
That's at the back of the stipulations, Your Honor.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was calculating the age and I said, just bring out the age calculator.
Yes.
All right, so why should, the court is going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty. Why should the court follow this agreement?
That's what the victims wanted, Your Honor. I've spoken with both her and the mother. They were okay with it.
All right, and currently I believe she's 17.
Currently, yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything you want to say?
Mhm.
Why are you doing this?
Excuse me.
Why did you do this? You gave up the right to remain silent. Why did you do this? That's your daughter. I mean, it's bad even if it wasn't your daughter, but why would you do that to your daughter?
No. And
I mean, have you internalized what you've done?
there's no.
And I can't believe the mother allowed you into the home with your criminal history anyway. And when you came back into the home after you're being in prison, did you have the gang tattoos as well?
There's no.
And she still allowed you in the home.
We weren't together.
It was his home.
All right, so it was his home
So
where this happened. And somebody allowed their daughter to go and stay with you, and you're a gang member, and you've been to prison. All right. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison. I'm sorry, 16. Thank you. 16 years in the prison. There's to be a $1,500 fine. Credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be Chapter 62 registration. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with minors ever. There's to be no residing in any household with minors. So you're not allowed to reside or live with anyone who has children in the household. Do you understand? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? We can go off the record. So for the rest of your natural life, you're not to reside in any household. Court is calling 2023 CR 0527, State of Texas versus Sebastian Johnny Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Garrett Sherrick for the defendant.
Are you Sebastian Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You entered a plea on March 30th to count 1, paragraph B, no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. State is not making any recommendations to your application. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and then there's to be no contact with several parties. Did you have a chance to review the PSI report, counsel?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
State?
Yes.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, the state is silent. So any witnesses, defense?
Witnesses, I just have my defendant.
All right, do you wish to call him?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Sebastian Johnny Castillo.
Defense?
Mr. Castillo, do you want a statement you want to make to the court?
I just like to say I'm sorry to my mom, my brothers and sisters.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 17.
Okay, were there some family dynamics going on in this situation with your step parents and your siblings?
Yes, sir.
What was exactly going on? You recall?
I was being beaten and I got kicked out.
I'm sorry, you were being what?
Beaten. No further questions.
All right, who are you saying was beating you?
My stepfather.
And where's the proof of this?
Just his, were any police reports made on this?
No,
Well, did he tell the school?
You tell the school you were getting beaten?
I was kicked out and they went to withdraw me at the school and the cop was there. And whenever they were taking me back home, they kicked me out and I was out for 3 days.
No, my question still has not been answered. So he's saying that his stepfather was beating him at the home.
Mhm.
So did he ever report it to the school? That's either yes or no. All right. So where's the proof? Because what I have is I have him going to a home. I have him where they say that he threatened to shoot up the school. That's why the mother called. And then I have him going back to the home and they're saying that he pointed a gun on them.
Judge, I'm saying here that I think what led to this was they, for some reason, the step parents wanted him out of the situation. He denies that he ever made a threat to shoot up the school. He says that was a false threat. I think they just wanted him out of the house. When this happened, you were actually living with your grandparents. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And if you get probation, that's who you would live with?
Sir.
And when this happened, you were what, 17?
Yes, sir.
And do you do any alcohol or drugs?
No, sir.
Now, according to the police report, it says S1 and S2. S1 grabbed a handsaw and you're S1. It says S1 grabbed a handsaw and attempted to saw through the lock to the gun safe. S1 then found a grinder and cut through the lock. S1 and S2 grabbed multiple guns from the safe and gathered them together. The cousins who went with S1 were waiting outside the laundry room with guns in their hands. S1 and S2 also gathered other listed items as well. Victim 3, 4, and 5 were all sitting in the living room sofa. Victim 3 said that S1 and S2 went into the living room and kitchen and had some of the guns pointing at them. S1 told victim 3 to shut the F up or he will shoot them. S1 and S2, along with S1's cousins, left the location with all the items he took. Once they left the location, V3, which is victim, locked the doors. Victim 2 arrived shortly after and called out to victim 3 to open the door. That was when victim 3 told victim 2 what happened. Victim 2 then called victim 1, who called the police to make a report. So, anybody want to address that? Because victim 3 is a juvenile. Victim 4 is a juvenile. Victim 5 is a juvenile. So,
You're shaking your head.
No, none of
are you
that.
saying you didn't take these items?
No, ma'am.
I mean, it's what you pled to. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. I'll hear argument.
Judge, at the time of the incident, the defendant was 17 years old. It typically it sounds like it was a family dispute matter. Allegations are of guns being pointed, no shots were fired. It's evident that the parents and stepmother and stepfather do not want him in the location. That's not a problem. He's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. I think he realizes he made a mistake in that situation. Maybe his anger being removed from the family caused him to kind of have a moment of basically being stupid.
And see, I can understand his position if there were people in the home where this was not their stepfather as well. So this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Vivian Castillo, Self Castillo, Stephanie with an I, Castillo, Doyle Poor, Doyle, and Oliver Castillo. With regards to the restitution amount, the court does not, they're asking for $45,000 in restitution. The court has nothing before it to suggest that restitution should be $45,000, and no information on restitution has been presented to the court, so the court is not ordering restitution. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. You won't probably want to go around. Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. I know we're off the record. I know you're young, and 5 years seems like a lot of time.
Yes.
Time does go by quickly, but you need to start bettering yourself. If there is some type of mental health issue going on, or some other issue that you have, drug issue, or some type of trauma that you've suffered, you can ask for help and they will give it to you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Good luck.
Judge Boyd couldn't believe what she was hearing. Was justice served in this case? Tell us what you think in the comments. What began as a routine plea hearing quickly became one of the courtroom's most emotional moments. Alexander Aguilar appeared before Judge Boyd after reaching a plea agreement in a family violence sexual assault case. Under the agreement, the state dismissed several counts and proceeded on a single charge carrying a negotiated sentence of 16 years in prison, a $1,500 fine, lifetime sex offender registration, and strict no-contact conditions. After confirming that Aguilar understood his rights and had entered the plea voluntarily, Judge Boyd reviewed the case file and the evidence. Then the hearing took a dramatic turn. Looking directly at the defendant, Judge Boyd asked a series of difficult questions. Why did you do this? When Aguilar gave little response, the judge continued, asking whether he had truly understood the harm he had caused. The courtroom grew even quieter when Judge Boyd pointed out that the victim was his own daughter, questioning how such an abuse of trust could happen. She also expressed disbelief that, despite his prior prison record and gang affiliation, he had been allowed back into the home where the offense occurred. Although the plea agreement had already determined the punishment, Judge Boyd made it clear that the seriousness of the crime would never be minimized. She formally accepted the plea and sentenced Alexander Aguilar to 16 years in prison, imposed a $1,500 fine, ordered lifetime sex offender registration, prohibited all contact with the victim and minors, and barred him from ever living in a household with children. The hearing ended with a powerful reminder that some crimes leave lasting consequences far beyond the prison sentence itself. Judge Boyd challenges defendant before 5-year prison sentence. Sebastian Castillo appeared before Judge Boyd for sentencing in a family violence case involving a deadly weapon. During the hearing, the court carefully reviewed the police reports, witness statements, and the facts surrounding the incident. Judge Boyd questioned the defendant's version of events and emphasized the seriousness of using violence during the offense. As the evidence was discussed, it became clear that the court found the defendant's actions too severe to justify a lighter sentence. After hearing both sides, Judge Boyd announced her decision. The court sentenced Sebastian Castillo to 5 years in prison, entered an affirmative deadly weapon finding, and finalized the judgment. The hearing served as a reminder that violent offenses involving weapons carry serious legal consequences, even when the defendant asks for leniency.